And we are underway live from the performance studio right here at WRTI 90.1. Once again, my name is J. Michael Harris' son, jazz host, and just great to be here. You know, my birthday was yesterday, Ed.
Happy birthday.
But it's wonderful. I had the opportunity, and I was just trying to think how I actually came in contact with you
too.
guys. But a few years back, I had the privilege of having you and several of the students from Friends School Haverford visit with me on a Friday night, and we played some music from some concerts that you had been involved with in the past. Maybe it was recorded at the school. I don't know.
Yeah.
But from that, somewhere along the line, we decided it might be cool to actually bring the students with their marimbas here. I had a chance to see you guys at the Barns perform, and you've performed at Please Touch and various other locations around the city. But today, we're really, really, really happy to welcome Friends School Haverford and Kwaya Marimba to the performance studio of WRTI. His name is Ed Nardi, and if you will, maybe give us a little perspective of how long this program has been going on.
At Friends School Haverford, It's been going, this is the 7th year. Really our 6th year of playing out. First year was kind of like getting it off the ground. And before that, at a different school, it was about 5 years on little tiny xylophones is where it sort of started.
Okay.
Graduated to this about 6 years ago, about 7 years ago.
For the students, what are some of the benefits that you've noticed to be able to participate in this type of program?
Maybe it's hard to say which is the most important, but one of them is that we are a working group. So it's not adults like us. It's not like when you see us, here's a kids group. We concertize for adults. But one of the best things for marimba is that the technique part of it is not the hard part of it necessarily. Of course, there's that can develop, but if you can hit the bar, you can play the note. One thing I always say is that the way a marimba or a xylophone is organized is the low notes are big and they're on your left, and the high notes are small and they're on your right. So it's not like violin where you need a fingering, or clarinet where you need a fingering. The notes are right in front of you in order.
Outstanding. We're going to hear a tune coming up in just a few seconds, and when we come back, maybe we can chat a little bit how you came across this system of introducing this music to these musicians and the history associated with that. What's the first tune that we're going to hear today?
We're going to hear Nyoka.
And what's the story behind that tune?
I don't know that there's a story behind it. It's my first favorite tune of Walt Hampton's, who we'll talk about next time. It was one of the tunes that got us into this kind of music.
Outstanding. So we have 10 marimbas with us today.
We have,
along with 10 students.
Correct. 8 marimbas and 2 bass marimbas.
Outstanding. And you're going to be performing on some of the tunes as well?
Correct.
And what will you be playing?
Well, on the first tune, I'll be playing the Insanely Loud Ho Show, which look like something from the Flintstones, I hear, which are basically shakers. They're gourd shakers.
Okay. All right, so let's hear that.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was truly amazing.
Thank you.
And to all of you as well, that was truly amazing. Thank you for sharing that. The title of that selection once again?
Nyoka.
There's a Zimbabwean connection to what you're doing. If you can draw that connection for us.
So that comes from a book where I discovered this author, Walt Hampton, who wrote some of the songs that we play that are based on the Shona tradition of Zimbabwe. We also play actual Zimbabwean Shona tunes that's influenced by it. The next tune, which is probably the most different tune we play, is in that collection. It's not as quote unquote Shona as Nyoka.
Outstanding. Now you mentioned Walt.
Well, so that's how I came to this music, perusing the music shelves for music for my elementary school kids at a different school. Discovered a book called Hot Marimba. I'm a marimbist, so naturally looking through it, oh, my kids could play these tunes. They're simple 3-part tunes, which started me down this road, playing tunes out of that book, discovering he's got 2 or 3 other books, doing workshops with him in the summer, discovering other tunes, and then the I call them legitimate Zimbabwean tunes, which are not, they're written for over there. So that's how it's sort of all started.
Outstanding. I want to provide a bit of clarity because I think we may have listed incorrectly. There's a couple of performances coming up. One is available for the public to actually
Correct.
view, and the
That's
other
our
one
spring
is not.
concert.
All right, so the spring concert is happening when?
April 25th, 7 o'clock on our campus, on our stage, Friends School Haverford.
And that is open to the public.
That is open to the public.
And is there a website that they can maybe find out?
That would be our friendschoolhaverford.org.
Okay. And then there's another performance that I think we may have incorrectly listed. That's the Friends Central.
Friends Central
at the
Lower School. That's next week. Yeah.
But then that's not available to the
Not
public.
open to
So
the
we just want
public.
to make, to the best of your knowledge.
That
Okay.
I know of.
All right. So no, that's outstanding. You mentioned that we're about to hear another tune.
Correct.
And what is this tune once again?
This is my new favorite tune called Hope, also by Walt Hampton. Very different kind of feel than the dancey Nyoka Shona style. It's more relaxing,
Okay.
I guess.
All right. And before we go into that, for folks that may be viewing this, other educators, music teachers, directors, what have you, that may be interested in following suit and maybe developing something like this at their school, what would you have to say to those?
Well,
folks?
what I would have to say is I started on ORF instruments. We were talking about this, which are those, every music teacher has them in their classroom, these small xylophones, that we started these kind of tunes on 10, 12 years ago or whatever it was. And since the parts are all, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, they can be played on those instruments that every music teacher has. So how it happened for me was we had 2 or 3 broken down xylophones for my class, and I went in and said, what? This was after I discovered that book. We need to do this. So how is it that I'm going to get 10, 12 of these instruments? And we did it like that.
Okay.
So
Outstanding. All right, so let's hear the next tune.
Hope.
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 Hope. Once again, that was amazing! Yay! No, it's great to have you guys here today. That was really outstanding. The instruments themselves, the history. If you can maybe give a little perspective on the marimba and the history associated with it.
It's a long and complicated.
The condensed version of it.
I don't know that there is one. So every culture has a version of this instrument. So I get asked, where did it start? What country, what continent? Every.
It spread.
So if it's Africa, we're talking about a pit xylophone, where the keys and bars are spread over an open trench and played, each player plays a bar. If we're talking about China, the keys are made of jade and we're stone and we're playing. So, and what we're a little more familiar with is Latin America, which is the chromatic marimba. Similar to a piano, sharps and flats. These are diatonic, which means no sharps and flats. So basically the white keys of the piano.
The audience may have noticed, I noticed, that on the first two songs, some of the musicians changed locations.
We change every tune.
What's the significance associated with that?
Well, so if we're talking about it, let's say it's a choir, so soprano, alto, tenor, bass. In a choir, if you sing soprano, you always sing soprano. If you sing tenor, so on, right? Here we change around so that what our soprano part would be part one. On one tune, they're playing part one. Another tune, they might be playing part two, the alto part, quote unquote, or tenor or bass. So it allows me to. Some parts are a little more. They focus on certain techniques more than other parts. So if a student needs a particular kind of thing, like offbeats, I can structure that part for that student depending on the part.
Outstanding. So we have one more tune that we're going to hear.
We do.
What is this last tune?
It's called Isutayapano.
Okay. So we'll come back after that and kind of wrap up and again give information about the performance coming up at your school and what have you. Again, if folks wanted to keep up with what's going down with Kwaya Marimba, what would
so
be the
two
best way to do
places
that?
would be our school's website, friendsschoolhaverford.org, or our YouTube channel, Kwaya Marimba. I'm going to spell that, which is Kwaya Marimba on YouTube. You can see some of our other tunes.
Cool. And you're on this performance as well?
I am.
All right, so I'll take your microphone and let you do what you do. All right.
One, two, 1, 2, 3.
Wow, 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 and wow. 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 Applause to all of you. Great job. Thank you so much. This is fantastic, man. I'm glad we're able to do this.
Me too.
Long time coming, but we were able to make it happen. Again, congratulations on everything that you have going on. This is a wonderful group, once again, of talented young folks. Do many of these young folks continue on beyond the activity with you, picking up different instruments, things
Well,
along those
I
lines?
have several former students that actually have gone on to take marimba as their instrument.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
Outstanding.
a really cool
That's
thing.
a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Again, folks that may have just joined in
Mm-hmm.
and caught us, if they want to find out more about the performance coming up and again, bless you. If they want to, explore starting a program like this, things along those lines, give those best ways to.
So our website, friendshaverford.org, or our YouTube channel, Kwaya Marimba, Kwaya Marimba, would be the two best places.
And again, there's a performance coming up at Friends School Haverford.
On April 25th, 7 p.m., open to the public.
Outstanding.
We'll be playing. Another, my 5th, 6th grade group will also be playing. So lots of marimba going on.
That's beautiful. Now, I don't know. Do you think we could maybe sneak these guys up around us so they can get on camera real quick? Can
Oh,
you
I think
guys
they-
come in here?
I think they would.
Come on up and get close and get around. Ed, your teacher, Mr. Nardi, come on up so you guys can say hello and goodbye and get in here. Come on. No more sneezing, though. Get in there close and say you see your parents in the conference room. I want to thank Tyler McClure and the crew for all their efforts to make this happen. Ed, thank you again.
Thank you.
And thanks to the parents for making it happen. But once again, great to have you guys, and we really appreciate you coming out and sharing a little bit of what you do with all the folks who tune into WRTI 90.1. Once again, my name is J. Michael Harris' son. We are live from the performance studio with Kwaya Marimba, and it's been a blast. So you guys can say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Bye.